This is a tutorial on how to export video using the Avigilon Unity software. First thing you want to do is launch the Avigilon Unity software, either by clicking the icon on your desktop or searching Avigilon here and hitting open. Once the software is loaded, you'll be presented with this page. This shows you the sites that you have connected to on your left-hand side, and on the right-hand side it shows you the login information. Some sites may be showing as unavailable depending on your configuration, or if it is unreachable on the network. We're going to select DSC for this example. There are 3 ways to log into the system. If you have an Active Directory integration, you can use Windows credentials. If you have a local Avigilon account, you can use this login screen here. Or if you'd like to sign in with Cloud, you can select this here. Cloud sign-in supports Azure and Okta integrations. We're going to use a local sign-in for this. Once you've signed in, you'll be presented with the main working screen of Avigilon. And depending on your configuration, your camera tree, as we call it, may be collapsed. So you may need to open this by hitting the little arrow and then selecting the camera that you would like to look at video on. So we'll look at this camera. You can maximize it by hitting here. You can also replay, a quick replay here, and that will drop us back in time 30 seconds, and then we can jump back as well. So let's go back to live, and then we'll go back to recorded. Recorded motion events are shown in red, other events are shown in blue, or constant recording is also shown in blue. So if your camera is configured to constant record, you'll have a lot of blue with some red, and the red is motion events. If I would like to export an event, for example, we'll select one here, and select this event. Let add export, right where I start. You can also zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. This will drop a predefined export window here. We're going to shrink it just to make the video a little smaller. You can do that by clicking and dragging the end point of your export, which is this bar. This will show you the start and beginning of your export as well as the duration. So we have 30 seconds here, and it will show you the camera that you would like to export on. You can hit OK. It will do a pop-up down here that says you've added a clip successfully, and then it will open a new tab at the top. It's called Export. You can click on your Export tab and then click on your Export here. And this will open a menu down here called AV Options. This is where you can select the video format of your video that you're going to export. Avigilon Unity Player will export the video, and it will also export a software package that allows the video to be played in a manner that like you would be using the actual Avigilon software. This supports audio. AVI also supports audio, but is just a raw video file, and MP4 supports video only. So if you would like to export audio, you'll need to select AVI or Avigilon Unity Player. We'll select Avigilon Unity Player for this example. We'll leave our image rate at full. We'll leave our file size at unlimited, but you can also select different file sizes if you're trying to put the video on a CD or email it to someone. This will impact the quality of the video, so do be careful with this. We're going to leave it at unlimited for this example. You can password protect it if you would like by inputting a password, and then you would share that password with the party that needs to view the video, and then nobody can view it in between in case maybe you're worried about an interception or losing the video if it's on a CD or a hard drive or a USB stick. Export Avigilon Unity Player will export the software package. You can uncheck that if someone already has the Avigilon Unity Player software, but we're going to leave it checked for this example. Once you've selected all your options here, you can check the box up here, and then your export button will turn blue. We can hit export. We'll just put it on the desktop here, but you can select other folders as well. It'll give you a progress bar, as well as the time remaining, how many images there were in the video, and the size. This may take longer depending on the quality of your camera and the amount of video you are exporting. If you're exporting multiple hours of video or have a very high quality camera, such as a 4K camera, this may take a long time. It could be minutes, could be hours. Depending on how long it takes, you can minimize here and let it run in the background, and once it completes, it will let you know. Since I already exported, I'm going to have to redo it. Here are the files that it's exported. So we have the Avigilon Unity player standalone, and we have our video itself as the AVE format. So if I was to launch the Avigilon Unity player standalone, this mimics the user experience of the Avigilon Unity software if you don't have it on a computer that you would like to view it on. Once it's open, it will make a pop-up and ask me to select a video to import. I'll select this one that we just made, hit open, and it will import the video here. Let's make it full screen. Many options in here for moving around your video. There are options here for jumping to events, which, as you can see, it moves the bar around. So it's going to move it to the start of any event you have in here. So this is technically 3 events. So we'll start at the first one. You can also jump forward 5 seconds or a day if you have a very, very, very long export. And you can also zoom in and out with the bar here, or you can use your mouse wheel. You can hit play to watch your export. You can fast forward it using this button here, and it will show you how fast forward it is, and you can slow it down using this one as well. You can pause, you can go backwards. We'll put it at 1x, which is normal speed. And since an AVE file will also export audio, this camera has a microphone connected to it, and once I go back to play the video, you should be able to hear it. You can also use the standard buttons that you would typically use. You can draw windows to zoom in, or you can select the zoom out and do it all over again. So we'll select the pointer. You can also search if your export is very long by motion. We'll get into that in a minute. For now, we'll close that. That's how you would export an AVE. Now I'll show you how to export an AVI. So our export here, since it was already completed, it had a green check mark and I had to add it back to the list, which you can do by clicking a button here that says add back to list if you need to export it again. But this time we're going to select AVI video instead of Avigilon Unity Player or MP4. It will generate a resolution. Typically, this will be the highest resolution of the camera. Since this is a very low resolution camera, the resolution is low, but typically you won't need to change this. You can select overlays here. So we have a timestamp up at the top, we have a device name here, and we have a device location here. And the username watermark will be added after the export, which is the username of the individual that exported the video. So we'll check our box here, and we'll hit export. We'll put it on the desktop again. Once that's done, we can go down. We can find our video. And you can see this also exported audio as well. Another option to search for recorded video would be to search by motion. We're going to do this example on an analytic camera. So it's the same principle as clicking recorded. Once you click recorded, you'll get an option here called search. You can search by motion, which is the most typical way to do it. This will give you a green area, which is your region of interest. So you can drag your region of interest to cut out areas where you would not like to see video. We'll leave it at the full area right now. There are 2 options for video here. So analytic cameras will use classified object motion, and non-analytic cameras will use pixel motion. So we'll do pixel motion for this example. I can search for motion events by setting the duration here, and it will list me all the events that happened where there was motion. Once you found an event that you want to look at, you can hit play. Then it's as easy as clicking export event. Same principles apply. Here's our new event. You can see this one is completed because it has a check mark. This is the AVI we did. We can remove that. Here's the new one. We'll export it as an MP4 just to show you. So the MP4 does not include audio, so do be aware of that. It gives you the same options to select your overlays. We're going to leave them all on. And you can also select the quality of the video itself, so we're going to leave it at high. You can select this checkbox again and hit export. Put it on the desktop. And we can see 28 images. This is a very, very small export, just about 3 seconds. Here's the new export. You can see it there. That concludes the tutorial on exporting video with Avigilon Unity. Thank you for watching.